Investing in higher quality clothing is a good idea for a few reasons. The first of which I feel, and I felt this way even when I was in my 20s, that usually it's better quality fabric and they're not accepting having fabric that's uncomfortable. There are a lot of things at stores and different ideas in your 20s where they think it's cool to have some itchy and gross feeling fabric. And that is just not ever been something that I am actually okay with. And when you're out of your 20s, I think it's probably not something you're willing to put up with. So that's the first thing. The quality of the fabric is much better. Quality clothing are also usually a little more conservative, a little more high end, and a little more classy. They're not really sexy clothes. They might have sexy elements, but they're not something you would say, oh, that's a sexy outfit ever that I've seen. So there might be a few exceptions, just like I said with your style. You might have a few exceptions, but overall, women over their 20s, should invest in quality clothing because it's not super sexy. Now, if you're a mom or not, being super sexy in your 30s and 40s, maybe for a few years in your 30s is fine, but overall, you don't want to be looking super sexy. It's just not really a good look for a woman who's in their 30s, deep into their 30s, or someone 40. Like, you kind of wonder, what is she wearing? Why is she feeling like she needs to do all that still? At that point, you're more of like securing yourself and you don't need to be looking so sexy. And it's not really a highlight. It makes you look like you're trying too hard. I almost feel like I need to read my comments on this part because they are so deep. So I'm probably going to be looking down at my notes a bit to make sure that I cover everything here, because this is a really important point. I have made mistakes, and I definitely do. And when I'm at home, a lot of times I'll wear just little tank tops, and actually I wear tank tops all the time, but I sometimes wear more quality ones these days. But I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And if you make mistakes, you shouldn't be worried about it. Like, oh no, I did whatever it was. Just do better next time if you can. If you can't, so be it. Don't dwell on the mistakes. Be honest. If you don't do something perfectly, there's no reason you should have to try to like hide it or be embarrassed about it. Just be real. I am not perfect, and I do not try to act perfect. If I make a mistake, I can laugh at myself. And that's a sign of maturity. So if someone doesn't value your honesty, let them do them. If they don't value your honesty, they get mad at you for being honest about whatever, something they even asked you. Because you were honest, they're mad about that. Let them do them. If you don't feel great and positive around them, give it some space. But even if you give it space, if somebody does something you don't really see as really good or really valuable, then always wish them well. I'm not saying that I don't have negative thoughts when people diss me, or they're kind of like mad at me, or they're acting really disrespectful. I do have negative thoughts, but I always, whenever I think of doing better, I try to have positive thoughts about them, wish them well, and send them love and light. And it doesn't have to be in person, although you can act nice in person. You can send them those beautiful thoughts from your mind. There's a lot of value in doing that. Sending them love and light, wishing them well. Sometimes if somebody does you wrong, you might think of negative thoughts you wish for them. But please try to think positive thoughts in your mind, and stay tuned for my next videos. Don't forget to subscribe and like. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye.